Hey folks, good morning, it's Brian. We're going to continue with my review of the Red Book of Magic. We're starting with the sea spells, but we're not going to get anywhere near through all of them. I'm looking at maybe doing the first 5 or so pages. So, anyway, Call Founder saying, Call Monster is a new one. I have a group of worshippers led by a priest. They each, well, not each, but everyone who has the rune spell Call Monster casts that spell. And they can put in as many magic points as they want. But once all those magic points are added up, that's your controlling factor on the kind of sea monster that you call. You can call a bunch of small ones, or you can call one big one, but the statistics total needs to be less than the magic points total. Creature then is compelled to swim to your location, takes 2d100 hours to arrive. Then you must cast the command spell or make an agreement with it. And I think this is something else we could probably do with other cult spirits. I know I have been applying that to when we had a character who had the summon naiad spell that he made arrangements with the naiad so she would do certain things, just because a friends kind of deal, right? Rather than having to cast 2 or 3 rune points to summon your air elemental and then having to cast 2 points of control spirit to get to do what you want. That does feel excessive. Now, if you want to take control, you gotta cast it. Okay, Colin Stars. This is cool. I like this one. So you first have to succeed with a Celestial Lore skill roll, and then you can cast any common spirit magic spell. Do we have a list of common spirit magic spells? We have a list of common rune magic spells. But we don't have a list of common spirit magic spells. Now, I did notice that if you do the summon ancestor spell, the ancestor comes with a certain list of spells, and those list of spells is not the entire list of spirit magic spells. There's a handful. I've got them dotted off here. Things like parry, detect trap, detect undead, detect life, distraction, river eyes, sleep, silence. Are those then not common? Well, that's kind of how I'm going to start interpreting it. But the cool part about this is, every rune point is worth 2 spirit magic points. So if you do a 2-point call on stars, you're calling on the stars to do blade sharp. It's a blade sharp 4. That's cool. You do not need to use magic points for any of this stuff. Although you can add magic points in order to boost the spell to overcome defensive magic. Okay, it says here that we're talking about the spirit magic spell, right? No additional magic points that you want to overcome. No additional magic points that you want to overcome defensive magic, right? Then, but temporal spells cast using the call on stars last 15 minutes because it's a rune spell. So the spirit magic is acting like a rune spell, so that's why it lasts that long, right? But it has a range of 100 meters. Why not 160, like a rune spell? I don't know. Okay, Call Shaughnessy. Okay, this is a Sky Warrior. Falls to earth like a meteor. That's kind of cool. Movement of 12. 1d6 characteristics for each stacked point. Although it says rune point expended instead of stacked. Skills are Dex times 5. Two-handed spear, composite bow made of sky stuff. The Sky Warrior is not under the control of the spellcaster. Makes its own decisions. Okay, Calm Waters. Makes the water smooth as glass, right? But only in the Mersey Bay and around its islands. The area radiates from the caster based upon the number of rune points cast. It's got a little table here. Cancel light creates a hazy zone 10 meters in diameter, centered on the target. The zone moves with the target, and any effects of light producing spells are canceled if the cancel light, remember 2 for 1 as well, is higher than the light spell being cast. Sorry about that. Captain Souls ties people together. It's kind of interesting. So you cast it on one other person per rune point you cast. They have to be voluntary. It allows one-way transmission of conscious thoughts magic points and spell knowledge from the caster to the targets. So if you know disruption, all of your targets also know disruption, and they can use your magic points. I would prefer the other way around, but that's me. Oh, if you're going to cast a touch range spell on your targets, since you're already in connection with them, it doesn't have to be touched. It's actually shot at range. Considered touch. Intelligence and morale affecting spells have no effect if you're linked. Okay. Carapace, the Bagog version. The exoskeleton Scorpion Man increased to 12 points. I like that. That's cool. Incompatible with Absorption, Reflection, Shield, and Spirit Block. I can almost see the Absorption, Reflection, Shield is even more so, but why Spirit Block? What's so cool about, or what's so special about having increased armor points that Spirit Block can't be cast? I don't get that. Then there's a Goraki variant of Carapace, which turns the target's skin to shiny black armor, adds 8 points of armor to the already armor they have, right? Also incompatible with Absorption, Reflection, Shield, and Spirit Block. Carry Disease. The ritual carves runes in the flesh of the beneficiary, granting them permanent immunity from one specific disease. They then become the carrier of that disease. Cat's Eye Cause Disease. That's a new one. Overcome the target's power. They contract a mild form of the disease. If you stack it, it increases the severity. So 4-point cause disease is a terminal stage. You start off with terminal. Cause Plague, another new one. This is a one-use one, thankfully. So if you cast Cause Plague, you will die. But until you die, it's highly contagious, but only chronic to terminal. There is no mild form. It attacks the constitution and strength, so that if you come in contact with a plague carrier, you need to resist the disease by rolling equal to or below your strength plus con. If you fail that roll, you lose a D3 from both strength and con for each attack. But I never really told what an attack is. Is an attack every time you come and talk with the person with the plague? So if you come to help heal them and you're standing there for 2 melee rounds, is that 2 attacks? 24 seconds? And then if you contract the plague, are you then a carrier? I don't know. I would kind of think so, but who's to say? Okay, Chameleon. This is a really cool spell. This isn't familiar. It's a plant spell. I bet it's in the Aldrich list from the bestiary. So the caster blends in with the background. They can hide even while moving. And if they remain still, they have a 100% hide skill, even in the open. And if you are fighting against someone with Chameleon on, you have to make a successful scan roll. It says each round to attack, parry, or dodge the caster. I would say for every attack roll, every parry roll, and every dodge roll, not just that round. Chaos feature. Another one-use spell, thankfully. Bestows the target with a chaos feature. Target must be willing. They will be tainted. It is permanent. And if they don't have the chaos rune, they get one at 60%. If they already do, and it's plus 20, then you roll a die. On an odd number, it's a chaos feature. On an even number, it's a curse of Thed. Those are ugly. I don't like those at all. For each additional chaos feature taken, results. For every chaos feature you take, so it could be on the chaos features, roll twice, you get 2, or maybe multiple castings. It's probably designed for multiple castings, right? You get a 10% cumulative chance of becoming changed permanently into a brew. Yeah, there's a note paragraph here about some effects on the Curse of Thed table are marked with an asterisk. Things like all foes have a plus 20% chance to hit victim, or victim is rendered incapable of physically attacking. Add 4 points to all weapon damage against the victim. These are ugly. But anyway, The victim can attempt to resist those on the resistance table. I'm assuming that's power versus power, but I don't know. On the initial casting of the effect, if it's successful, the spell has no further effect, so it's just that initial time. No effect at all, really, if you make your resistance roll. If you fail, you may not resist. Not resist any subsequent effect of the curse. And there's something here about dropping your stats down. Your stat it gets reduced to 0 by the spell. Treat it just as a 1 because 0 is death, right? But I thought, why not species minimum? And I started thinking, the aging chart, what does that do for us? Because we can die from getting our stats down to 0 from aging. And there's actually a little line there about your size cannot go below species minimum. So again, maybe species minimum on these modifiers. Again, you can lose hit points and stuff to a location. Can't go below 0. It says this spell can be cast as a one-use spell. It is a one-use spell. So I'm not sure why that phrase is there. But if cast on beings of chaos, the effects, in this case, the effects of the spell, if the effects have a duration, they are now permanent if they're being cast on a chaos creature. I had to reread that 3 or 4 times, but I think that's what it means. Chaos gets the same. Chaos spawn creates a void. You throw something in, it is gone. That's how people usually make sacrifices to them. But after 1d4 minutes, this void vomits out a chaos creature, although 1 in 10 chance of being nothing, and then it disappears. For the next 15 minutes, while the spell duration goes, this chaos creature is around to wreak havoc. After the spell expires, that 15 minutes is over, it comes back and in 1d4 rounds sucks back the vomited creature. A fed priest can cast a successful divine intervention as the void coalesces, may choose which creature they wish to appear. Handy. Charisma we know. Chill. The caster overcomes the special duration. If you overcome the target's power, they feel these chilling pains for 1d10 melee rounds. Each point of chill, each stack point, right? Stack words mean things, causes the target to lose 1 total hit point per round for the spell's duration. Each additional point of chill, but then we just said each point of chill. That's weird. Okay. Chill causes the target to lose 1 hit point per round for the spell's duration, which is 1d10 melee rounds, right? So you're going to lose 1 to 10 hit points. Each additional point, each stacked point of chill also extends the spell's duration by 1d10 rounds. Okay. Chomping. I'm going to do it. Each rune point stack, good use of words, up to 4. I noticed it's a number of other places where there's up to 4, this 4 limit. I first noticed coming with Elric, I think it's 5th edition. I got a copy of where 1 to 4, 1 to 4, 1 to 4. What's so magic about 4? I don't know. I mean, if you got things that give you a plus 20, I can see maybe a 5 because that gives you 100%, right? But that's not even what this is. Just plus 10 to hit and plus d6 damage with your new bite attack. I'm not sure about that. Okay, City Harmony. Everyone within 3 meters of the caster has demoralized and fanaticism dispelled. Keep people from being too excited. Each rune point stacked adds 3 meters to that radius. Okay, the caster needs to make a power versus power roll, right? And every power that he would overcome with that roll, people within that range are affected. And this power versus lots of different people comes up a handful of times, and they kind of describe it differently from time to time. I think this is the cleanest description of that. Okay. Clairvoyance, no issues. Claws, no issues. There's a Begone variant of Claws. Like the Jabber spell on Sage 62, but we're on page 28, so we haven't hit Jabbers yet, so maybe we should reverse this. And the Jabbers say, like the Claws Begog variant spell on page 28. Okay. It turns your arm into a large crab-like claw. That's what Claws does, not Jabbers. Jabbers does something. Strike rank of 4, 2d6 damage, dex times 5 of your skill, and a special disc crushing damage. The claw itself has 6 points skin, and its hit points are double. Your arm hit points double. Okay, clear sight. The caster can see any illusion for what it is. Can see through cloaking spells, such as invisibility. Scan and search skills are increased by 30%, assuming they're visually based, right? But objects must be in direct sunlight. So it only works in direct sunlight for that. Cleverton, Methanon, Cloud Call, and Cloud Clear. These are standard thing, but talks about increasing cloud cover, right? And increasing or decreasing the chance of rain. And actually say, hey, see rain on page 71. The rain spell is on page 71. But the thing about the rain spell on page 71 is you've got your cloud cover, the description, and the amount of rainfall within the duration. Nowhere in here is there a chance of rain, like 30% chance of rain, unless, and this just came to me as I was rereading this again, the percentage cover is that percent chance of rain. So if you have a 10% cover, which is none, you have a 10% chance of actually getting 0 to 10 millimeters of rain. I think I'll apply that. I think that's how I'll interpret it. But that did throw me going off. Rain doesn't discuss chance; it discovers amount. Okay. Coin wheel, new spell. Take a block of gold. It turns 160 lunars worth of gold into 10 minted coins. Now, first, is this some kind of scam spell? But no, because coins have their weight and value plus the value that since they're a coin, I guess. It says wheels are usually worth a quarter more than their weight in raw metal, being worth 20 lunars. Even though it's only 160 or those 16 lunars worth of gold. Yeah, okay. Cover song, the same. Command spirit, the same. Command ghost. This is the forced compliance. You must overcome the ghost's power and resistance roll. Ghost cannot lie. It can be ordered to enter or exit spirit combat, etc., whatever else it can do, right? But it cannot be commanded to do things that are not with its power, such as leaving its bound area. Command priests the same. Command species the same. Command worshippers the same. And I think that's where we'll stop. We'll start with community next time. Happy gaming.